Hey Blue, you ready to get on the road? We're getting on the road. We're heading to Alamogordo, New Mexico. Hi there, it's Old Woman in the 21st Century, and we're on our way to Alamogordo, New Mexico. We're driving east on US 70, and we're ready for another adventure. We left our campground at Rockhound State Park, headed down I-10 through Las Cruces, and then up a little bit on I-25 to US 70. We're driving through some hilly country here and heading to our next campground, which is going to be Oliver Lee Memorial State Park, just south of Alamogordo, New Mexico. While we're there, we're going to visit White Sands National Park and the New Mexico Museum of Space History. We're also going to meet up with my sister-in-law and her husband from Texas. It should be a fun time as we share this adventure together. So as we drive along, we come down out of the hills a little bit and we see the entranceway to the White Sands Missile Range. We must be getting closer. I can't wait to see what this place looks like. I've heard so much about White Sands. We're excited to explore. And we're just fascinated by the flatness of the landscape. It just seems like these flat plains of New Mexico go on forever, all the way maybe to the Texas border. As we straighten out here on US 70, see how far the road goes in the distance. And then after a while, on our left, we begin to see what looks like some sand dunes. Look at that white dune right there near the highway. We get just a little taste of what we'll explore tomorrow when we actually go to White Sands National Park. We travel along again on US 70 and stop at a border inspection station. There wasn't very much of a wait. We went right through and continued on down US 70. Here on your left, you can see the entrance to White Sands National Park. We'll be back tomorrow for a great adventure. But right now we have to continue on to Oliver Lee Memorial State Park and our camping spot. It's been a long morning of travel and we want to get settled in. Once we arrive in Alamogordo, we turn south on US 54 and then west on Dog Canyon Road. This road will take us right to the state park. We pass through a small residential community on the left, and out on the right in the desert, there are some boondocking spots. We saw some campers out there just boondocking in the desert. The road is paved, 2 lanes, and as we look towards the mountains, we wonder if Oliver Lee State Park will be like Rockhound and be at the foot of those large mountains. So we continue on into the desert, hoping we can arrive soon at the park and just get settled in and relax and visit with our relatives from Texas before we have an exciting day tomorrow of going to White Sands and the Space Museum. We're getting closer, almost there. Here's the entrance coming up to Oliver Lee Memorial State Park. And yes, it is going to be situated very close to these mountains. There were many hiking trails up into these mountains. I believe they're called the Sacramento Mountains. They do have some small trails throughout the park, but there are major hiking trails up into the mountains there. They have a visitor center and showers and toilet facilities. They have one building of showers and restrooms. We didn't explore the visitor center as we didn't really have time, and we definitely didn't do any hiking because, as we were about to find out, it gets fairly warm and it's majorly windy here in this area of New Mexico. We visited in May, kind of early part of May, and those winds just did not stop. But that's all ahead of us. Here we are arriving at the campground, getting ready to find our space and settle in. Here's our site at Oliver Lee Memorial State Park Campground. We've got a picnic table and a fire pit. No shade. And it's really, really, really windy. It's breezy right now, but yesterday afternoon and evening it was super windy. However, we do have some really amazing views. So Blue and I are going to take a little walk down the road here and see what we can see. Come on, Blue, let's go this way. Come on, big guy. Beautiful prickly pear cactus in bloom. We're in site number 7. Here's another site. Our site is very unlevel. This site looks even a little bit better. Site number 9. And I'm thinking 10. These sites look way more level. Ours is steep, and a little steep, and it's also off level, left to right. That's some creosote bushes. Blue's sniffing. You know how he is. He likes to sniff. So many different scents in so many different areas. But look at that mountain. Isn't it beautiful? The desert has its own beauty. Look what Blue sniffed out on our morning walk at Oliver Lee Memorial Park. Site 10. Beautiful painted rock. Be kind. I love finding these. That was a great blessing this morning. Thank you to whoever left it. And I ask God's blessing for you today, for safety, and for your needs. In Jesus' name, amen. If you look way out there on the horizon, I don't know if my GoPro is going to pick it up or not, but there's huge white clouds. And I'm guessing that's White Sands National Park blowing in the breeze there. It's really, I mean, you can really see the white right there. Huge white clouds of dust, or gypsum. I guess it's gypsum. Okay, we're gonna continue on our walk. You wanna lead out, Blue? You wanna lead me this time? I guess we're on the higher end of the park. There's plenty more camping spaces down this area. Oh, this is nice. I hadn't realized there was a site like this with the Ramada Site 11. Oh, this would have been perfect. Look at that. That's a nice Ramada. You have your picnic table and you have another bench back there. It's a windshield. Oh, look, that, okay. That's what you come here for. Despite the wind. Despite the lack of a shade Ramada. This is the view you come here for. Just to look back and see all that. I think those are called the Sacramento Mountains. Okay, this is Site 12. That's a nice cement picnic table, fire pit, and look how level this is. Man, if I had only known when I made our reservations. Old man and I had a heck of a time trying to level side to side. Yesterday afternoon, it was super hot. Well, not by Arizona standards, it was like only 85, but you know, after traveling all day, and it was hot, and we were trying to level side to side, and it just wasn't working no matter what we did. So there's our site way up there, and my sister-in-law and her husband from Texas are camping across from us. This is like, we chose this as kind of a halfway point to meet up. We hadn't seen each other in about 3 years, so we got together here. Oh, this site's really nice too. 14. Oh my goodness. This is nice. And there's Site 13 there. That's simple, but it's level. I'm just obsessed with the level now because we had such a difficult time. Okay. This was at Site 18. Interesting. Rock from Alaska. Cool. Come on. Ooh, here's Site 20. Another nice one. Okay. Oh, let's see. That's really nice and level too. This is one of the paths that lead from different campsites up on where we're camped at down to the restroom facility and the showers. They only have one building of restrooms and showers. Come on, Lou. Come on. Come on, we're going this way. We're going this way. So see, this particular site here has stairs going down to the path to the restrooms and showers. Oh, is someone in this site? I don't want to go up there if someone's in there. Oh, there may be. No, I think they're across the road. Come on, Lou. Let's go see if someone's in this site. I'll just turn around. I don't think there is. No, this site's empty. This is a nice level site too. A little bit smaller, but I guess we could have squeezed in and parked the truck alongside. But there's the water and the electric. There we are over there. Come on, Lou. Come on over here. Come on. Hey, come on. Come on, we're gonna go over here by our site. Come on.
Come on, good boy. Come on. So it is Monday morning and we're thinking about going over to White Sands. The way it's blowing, I don't know. We might have to find a car wash afterwards. All right, we're back here. This is our site. And there's our relatives from Texas over there getting ready for the day. Okay, so that was a little bit of a campground tour. I'm gonna go in and get Bruce some water. He's a thirsty boy. Are you a thirsty boy? Are you a thirsty boy? Okay, see you later. Well, this is as far as you can go at White Sands today because there was a Air Force airplane crashed a few days ago and they have the road blocked off at this point. So you can't do the 8-mile drive. But we're gonna go check out what we can check out.
It was disappointing that we couldn't do the 8-mile scenic drive, but fortunately there was no loss of life in the crash, just loss of equipment. And we did get into White Sands free with our America Beautiful card that our son had purchased for us for Christmas. So thanks, Eric. We're going to explore just a little bit. Not everybody in our party was feeling real adventurous. So my sister-in-law Nancy and I walked up to the first dune. We did see some people using those plastic discs to slide down the sand dunes. They looked like they were having a lot of fun, but not something us old people were ready to try.
It's just so amazing, fine sand. I may be sliding down myself without a sled. Whoop. Going up the first dune. There it is. A sea of white sand. Yeah, doesn't that look incredible? Holy cow. That's really cool. Oh, I can feel the sand hitting me.
Experience at White Sands cut short we decided to visit the New Mexico Museum of Space History. This is up on a hill on the northeast side of Alamogordo. You get a great view of Alamogordo from up here, and they have replicas and original aircraft on display outside. And inside, you pay your admission and then take a elevator up to the fifth floor, and then you wind your way down back to the first floor through all the exhibits. New Mexico is kind of a hotspot for scientific institutes, museums, just so many things, whether it's space, aviation, or nuclear history. You can find it here somewhere in New Mexico. This is a replica of the Apollo capsule. Very small, hard to believe that went all the way to the moon. And this kind of shows some of the sites in New Mexico. Here is the Apollo lunar lander and Trinitite from when they exploded the first atomic bomb here in the desert of New Mexico. They also have a really good sense of humor. This was on the restroom stall wall. Fun facts about Uranus just really cracked me up, so I had to take a photo.
Astronaut figures are in accurate scale to space capsules and rocket model. Apollo, Gemini, Mercury, United States, Mercury Redstone rocket.
There's Sputnik, the first satellite. Our skies are very crowded. They had a great display on satellites. Here's some of the models of some of the satellites that they had launched over the years. It's very cool to see the older technology. And I was told that it all started with the weather satellite. And now we've got strings of satellites flying across for Starlink, but here was one of the very first ones, the Weatherman in the Sky, Tiros 1.
Objects in Earth orbit. Look how many satellites are orbiting us. Yeah, approximately 95% of the objects in this video are orbital debris, non-functioning satellites. We're very messy.
Here's a display of some original items used from Apollo all the way up through the space station missions. And here are some flight suits and uniforms from NASA. It's very interesting to see the older technology. Here's some astronaut food, not very tasty. Here's a moon rock. This rock was brought back by Apollo 17. And they have a display of movie posters and some science fiction books down in this corridor. Did our imagination inspire space exploration, or did space exploration inspire our imagination? What is your favorite sci-fi or futuristic movie? Mine is coming up here in the last poster. The Day the Earth Stood Still from 1951 with Michael Rennie as Klaatu and Lock Martin as Gort. The absolute best ever. And here they have some of the costumes. Oh, here's some books, some of the science fiction books. And then they have a section of costumes from various sci-fi movies. That was a neat display too. It's nice that they honored our imagination as well as humanity's intellectual achievements. Oh, there's E.T. I could have spent a lot more time here really examining all the displays. It was super interesting, very well put together, and just well worth the price. I can't remember what the admission price was though, but it wasn't very much. They just had so much packed into those 5 floors. Just amazing. Definitely recommend a visit here if you're in Alamogordo. Oh, and look, there's an old woman in the Mercury capsule. It's sunset at Oliver Lee Memorial State Park, and this is the last day of our stay here. It's time to move on to our next camping adventure in Roswell, New Mexico. Here's a prelude. I've never seen a cloud like this, only in New Mexico, right? Is that a saucer separation? We had a great time visiting with each other and seeing the sights. I hope you'll join us for our next adventure. And remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, leave that place better than the way you found it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.